a tear-shaped island nation where fishermen work on stilts, creating a unique spectacle in the world. This is the country that boasts the first female prime minister in human history, where women are not only beautiful, but also have the right to propose to men. Interestingly, there are markets where you won't spot a single woman. If you cherish idyllic beaches, Sri Lanka is the tropical paradise you've been searching for. All these marvels will be showcased in today's documentary. Let's embark on our journey to explore Sri Lanka without further ado. Known worldwide by many beautiful names, the most popular is the teardrop of India, owing to its shape on the world map resembling a teardrop. Although the name might sound melancholic, the smiles and warmth of the Sri Lankan people are ever present. Located merely about 31 kilometers from India, Sri Lanka spans an area of 65,610 square kilometers, roughly equivalent to West Virginia. Don't let its small size deceive you. It is one of the most biodiverse destinations on the planet, featuring tropical rainforests, national parks, and over 100 species of endemic animals. You might encounter wild elephants strolling down the roads or even the Sri Lankan leopard, which is one of the rarest leopards in the world. The climate of Sri Lanka is exceptional. If you adore warm, sunny days throughout the year, this is truly paradise. With an average temperature ranging between 26 to 30 degrees Celsius, 79 to 86 degrees Fahrenheit, Sri Lanka doesn't go through the freezing winters like New York or Berlin. Instead, it has two primary seasons, dry and wet, with rainfall differing across regions. Notably, due to its location near the equator, Sri Lanka enjoys abundant sunlight, making it a paradise for beach enthusiasts and nature lovers. The name Sri Lanka translates to the glorious island in Sanskrit, and indeed this island has been radiant for thousands of years. During British colonial times, it was known as Ceylon, a name still associated with the world-renowned Ceylon tea. If you observe the Sri Lankan flag, you'll notice it is quite distinctive and one of the oldest flags globally. The emblem of a lion holding a sword first appeared during the reign of King Vijaya, the founder of the Sri Lankan kingdom, in 486 BC. Murals in the Dambulla Viharaya caves suggest that the earliest version of this flag may date back to 162 BC, highlighting a tradition that spans millennia. Sri Lanka is among the few nations with two official languages, Sinhala and Tamil. English is also widely spoken, particularly in business and tourism, with a population of around 22 million. The country is a melting pot of various ethnic groups, with the Sinhala people constituting 75% of the population, followed by Tamils at 15% and Moors at 9%. Approximately 70% of Sri Lankans practice Buddhism, so you might be asked an intriguing question if you visit, especially if you've ever been to the US. In Sri Lanka, eating with one's hands is not just a habit, but a long-standing cultural tradition, passed down from generation to generation. Locals believe that eating with hands allows you to fully experience the texture, temperature, and flavor of the food. They primarily use three fingers, the thumb, index finger, and middle finger, to pick up the food, forming a natural spoon to bring it to the mouth. The hand is considered a sacred bridge between humans and their food, symbolizing respect for the meal. Before and after eating, Sri Lankans meticulously wash their hands as part of the traditional dining ritual. Using hands also creates a sense of closeness and bonding during meals with family and the community. At family gatherings or major festivals, it's common to see people sitting together, sharing food, and chatting warmly. In many rural areas, entire villages often gather to share large communal meals, all eating with their hands. Even in upscale restaurants, diners are encouraged to eat with their hands if they want to experience the authentic spirit of Sri Lankan dining. Interestingly, only the right hand is used for eating, as the left hand is traditionally considered unclean. When eating with hands, Sri Lankans are careful to do so gracefully and neatly, avoiding any unnecessary mess. This practice is not merely about satisfying hunger, but also about honoring nature and the farmers who produce the food. For them, every meal is an opportunity to connect, to express gratitude, and to show respect for life. In Sri Lanka, you often hear the casual greeting, "How are you?" But a more common question you might encounter daily is, yeah, are you a Buddhist? This isn't just about curiosity regarding your religious beliefs, it reflects their pride in their rich spiritual heritage. In recent years, Sri Lanka has emerged as one of the top travel destinations globally, garnering numerous accolades from esteemed travel platforms and magazines like Lonely Planet, Agoda, Travel Lemming, and Bloomberg. This precious gem of the Indian Ocean has been declared a must visit spot in Asia by international travel influencers and has also been highlighted as a premier global destination by readers of various travel websites. Moreover, BBC Good Food recognized Sri Lankan cuisine as the top trending cuisine on their list for 2019. An intriguing fact is that only those who set foot in this enchanting land can truly grasp its charm, often referred to as the gem of the Indian Ocean. Did you know that one of the most cherished words in English, serendipity, actually traces its roots back to Sri Lanka? The term comes from serendip, the ancient name given to Sri Lanka by Arab and Persian traders. So, who first used this term, and what connection does it have to the enchanting fairy tale, The Three Princes of Serendip? If you're keen to know, please drop a comment with the number 5, followed by an exclamation mark. The moment you arrive at the airport, you will feel the warmth and friendliness of the Sri Lankan people, recognized as some of the best in the world. Whether you arrive early in the morning or late at night, you will always find someone waiting for you with a warm smile, a garland of flowers, and a heartfelt greeting of Ayuba one. It's not just a simple hello, it's a blessing that wishes you a long and happy life. However, be cautious when selecting a hotel. In Sri Lanka, not every place that bears a hotel sign is a suitable overnight stay. It might sound unusual, but many restaurants, cafes, and bars here are referred to as hotels. To avoid the awkwardness of hauling your suitcase into a crowded eatery only to find no reception desk, make sure to verify if the place has rooms available or just serves food. As you walk through the streets of Sri Lanka, you'll notice strangers smiling at you, ever ready to assist when needed. The locals believe that their kind actions towards others bring blessings upon themselves, which may explain why they are regarded as one of the most hospitable peoples in the world. There's one important thing to keep in mind about Sri Lankans to avoid any misunderstandings. They shake their heads to say yes. In countries like the US or those in Europe, nodding signifies agreement, while shaking your head means refusal. However, in Sri Lanka, when they want to convey agreement, they will shake their heads. Initially, foreign visitors might find this perplexing. You may order a cup of tea, and when the waiter shakes their head, you might think they are declining your request. But a few moments later, a steaming cup of tea will arrive at your table. This can make many Americans or Europeans feel as if they are part of a mind-reading challenge. But there's no need to fret. After a few days, you'll find yourself nodding in their cultural manner. If you believe that Thailand, Vietnam, or the Philippines have the most beautiful women in South Asia, there's something you might not be aware of. Sri Lanka also has remarkably graceful and enchanting women, with their healthy honey brown skin, large expressive eyes, long flowing hair, and radiant smiles. Sri Lankan women embody a beauty that is both wild and elegant, akin to goddesses in ancient artworks. Interestingly, Sri Lanka has a higher number of women than men. Statistics reveal that women account for around 52% of the population, meaning there are nearly 900,000 more females than males. However, don't be under the impression that this makes it easy for foreign visitors to find love. Sri Lankan women hold family and tradition in high regard, and they exhibit many cultural differences compared to women in the US. The good news is that if you are fluent in English, you have a distinct advantage. Being a former British colony, many Sri Lankan women are proficient in English and enjoy engaging with foreigners to learn more about the world. However, don't think they are easily influenced. Sri Lankan women are not just in search of a romantic partner, they also seek sincerity, stability, and seriousness. Additionally, a growing number of Sri Lankan women are choosing to marry foreign men, particularly from Europe and America. While they still hold affection for their homeland, their curiosity about life abroad, and their aspirations for a brighter future draw them towards modern, courteous, and culturally aware men. Therefore, if you are contemplating finding your soulmate in Sri Lanka, be prepared. You'll need not only an earnest heart but also the ability to adjust to their characteristic head shaking agreement. If you'd like us to share some tips on how to successfully win over Sri Lankan girls in line with their cultural practices, do leave a comment with the number 8 and I'll provide you with the insights. Once you get acquainted with a lovely Sri Lankan woman, don't be surprised if she takes the initiative to propose. In certain traditional villages, women may very well propose before meeting the right man. Picture yourself seated in a quaint roadside tea shop in Sri Lanka, sipping a cup of premium Ceylon tea while relishing the serene ambience. Around you, locals are engaging in lively conversation, and the distant sound of temple bells fills the air. Suddenly, a young woman with sparkling eyes and a warm smile approaches, placing a neatly folded tea leaf in front of you, a traditional sign of a proposal. The entire shop falls silent, awaiting your response. How will you react? Gently nod in agreement or be so taken aback that your teacup slips from your grip. Yet Sri Lanka is not just renowned for its beautiful women. It was also the first country in the world to have a female prime minister. In July 1960, Sirimavo Bandaranaike, the head of the Sri Lanka Freedom Party, won the general elections and made history as the world's first female prime minister. She served the nation for 3 terms before stepping down in 2000 due to health issues. Isn't that remarkable? While the United States had its powerful female presidential candidate in Hillary Clinton in 2016 and has yet to see a female president, Sri Lanka reached this milestone over 50 years ago. If you wish to meet and learn about Sri Lankan women, make sure to visit the tea shops, as tea is the lifeblood of this country. If you've ever savored a fine cup of tea in London or New York, it most likely originated from Sri Lanka, once known as Ceylon. Renowned for producing some of the best tea in the world, this legacy began in 1824, when the British introduced the first tea plant from China to the island and planted it in the Royal Botanic Gardens in Kandy. From what started as a modest experiment, the tea industry rapidly expanded, establishing Sri Lanka as one of the largest tea producers and exporters globally. Today, over 1,000 people, which is about 1/12 of the population, are employed in this sector, particularly if you are a true tea aficionado. Don't miss out on visiting the Ceylon Tea Museum, located just 4 kilometers south of Kandy. It's not just a place to discover the history of tea's association with the British, but also an opportunity to sample some of the finest and most flavorful teas in the world. And who knows? Amid the delightful aroma of tea, you might just get the chance to meet a lovely Sri Lankan lady who will graciously nod her head to say she agrees to join you for tea. After a day of enjoying the renowned Ceylon teas, it's time to delve into a completely different facet of Sri Lanka, the expatriate community and lively nightlife. Sri Lanka is increasingly appealing to many foreigners looking to live and work here, from professionals hailing from Europe and America to digital nomads enchanted by the country's natural beauty. They primarily congregate in the capital, Colombo, and other major cities like Kandy and Negombo. You can easily spot British expats sipping cocktails at Barefoot Garden Cafe in Colombo, or French tourists lounging on Mirisa Beach at sunset. Colombo provides a range of amenities and services tailored to the expatriate community, including modern shopping centers, international restaurants, and top-notch healthcare facilities. Moreover, various cultural events are regularly organized, offering opportunities for foreigners to socialize and settle in. At night, Colombo transforms into one of South Asia's most vibrant party destinations. The bustling streets come alive with pedestrians and tourists. You can visit rooftop bars like Vista's Rooftop Bar and Lounge and on 14 Rooftop Lounge and Bar, both of which offer tranquil spaces with panoramic views of the city. And if you are looking for a more vibrant atmosphere, do visit Rhythm and Blues, where both locals and tourists come together to dance to the latest beats. Each year, the island nation of Sri Lanka draws in about 3 million tourists for travel and retirement, which is nearly one-seventh of the country's entire population. You might be asking yourself why. The reason is that the cost of living in Sri Lanka is remarkably low, just half of what it is in the United States. Living in Sri Lanka provides a cost effective lifestyle, making it particularly attractive to American retirees in search of a tropical escape. By 2025, a single person can expect to spend between $550 to $1,000 per month on rent, food, transport, and leisure activities, depending on their lifestyle choices. Housing costs are quite affordable. Renting a one bedroom flat in the city center will set you back around $163 per month, whereas outside the city, prices drop even further to about $123. This is nearly 90% cheaper than similar accommodations in the US. Utilities are also very reasonable, with electricity, water, and garbage collection averaging around 30-60 AEDs per month, and high speed internet available for just $13.80. Food is another big advantage. A meal at an inexpensive restaurant costs merely $2.86, while a three-course dinner for two at a mid-range restaurant would be around $21 to $20. If you opt to buy fresh groceries and cook for yourself, the monthly grocery bill for one person comes to about $200. Groceries are easy on the pocket too, with a loaf of bread priced at $0.56 and a gallon of milk costing $6.31. Transportation in Sri Lanka is both dependable and economical. A monthly public transport pass costs just $800, while a 5-kilometer taxi ride averages around $250. If you prefer driving, petrol is priced at about under $30 per liter. Staying fit won't pinch your pocket either. A gym membership is approximately $1,200 per month, and healthcare services are reasonably priced, with a dental checkup costing between $1,600 and $2,400. Overall, living in Sri Lanka is about 49.3% cheaper than in the United States, making it an appealing choice for expats who wish to indulge in a comfortable, tropical lifestyle at a fraction of the cost. Considering these expenses, would you consider making this place your home? If yes, choose number 1. If no, choose number 0. Please share your response in the comments. With its reasonable costs and superb quality of life, Sri Lanka is a must-visit destination that offers rich and diverse travel experiences. The capital, Colombo, situated on the west coast, is the country's most vibrant commercial and cultural hub. Here you can appreciate colonial architecture influenced greatly by the British. Discover vivid traditional markets like Peda Market, or take a leisurely walk along the beach at Galfis Green, where the breathtaking sunset casts a glow over the Indian Ocean. If you're a history and culture enthusiast, make sure to visit the Gangara Maya Temple, one of the most significant Buddhist temples in Colombo, which beautifully blends Sri Lankan, Thai, Indian, and Chinese architectural styles. From Colombo, you can easily visit the scenic highland areas like Nuwara Eliya, which used to be a retreat for British aristocrats. With its pleasant climate throughout the year, vibrant flower gardens, and old colonial bungalows, it is often called the Little England of Sri Lanka. If you are fond of tea, be sure to take the train to Hatton, where lush green tea estates flourish, making it one of the leading tea production centers in the world. Enjoying a cup of premium Ceylon tea right at its source will give you an unforgettable experience. However, Sri Lanka is not only about mountains, it also has some of the most stunning beaches globally. If you enjoy surfing, Arugam Bay is a true paradise with perfect waves. Marissa is renowned for its blue whale watching tours, offering views of the largest animals on the planet. For those keen on exploring the underwater world, don't miss Pigeon Island, one of Sri Lanka's 2 national marine parks, where you can snorkel among colorful coral reefs and swim with sea turtles. Or visit the unique Veligama, the sand village known for its pristine and serene beauty, where you can witness the unusual sight of fishermen fishing on stilts. These stilt fishermen patiently balance on tall poles in the clear waters, creating a breathtaking scene, especially at sunrise or sunset. Sri Lanka is celebrated not just for its beaches and mountains, but also for its spiritual and wilderness locations. Adams Peak, the most sacred mountain in the country, it is a significant pilgrimage destination for various religions and provides stunning views of the sunrise. If you are a wildlife lover, make sure to visit Yala National Park, which boasts the highest density of leopards in the world. Alternatively, you can visit the oldest human planted tree, rather than one that grew naturally, located in Anuradhapura, one of Sri Lanka's ancient capitals. This revered fig tree, known as Sri Mahabodhiya, is an impressive 2-300 years old and was planted in 288 BC. It is believed to be a descendant of the famous Bodhi tree, under which Buddha reached enlightenment during his meditation. Finally, don't forget to sample Sri Lankan cinnamon, touted as the tastiest cinnamon on the planet, which has been treasured by the Egyptians for over 4,000 years. With its rich diversity, Sri Lanka is bound to offer you an unforgettable experience. Notably, Sri Lanka has a unique fish market that you cannot afford to miss, a market that has no women. You will be amazed to see men bustling about, bidding for the finest fish catches. What could be more thrilling than watching men haggle in the rain and sunshine for the best prices? If you want to learn more about this market and how to reach it, just comment for number 3, and we'll share more secrets about it. When visiting Sri Lanka, make sure you take the opportunity to explore one of the most delightful cuisines in South Asia. If you think curry is only found in India, do try a plate of rice and curry in Sri Lanka, which comes with 10 to 15 side dishes. From pickled vegetables and spicy sambal to meat or seafood, cooked in rich coconut milk. It's important to note that no two places prepare curry the same way. Each region has its own unique recipe. Besides curry, Sri Lanka is famous for hoppers, which are crispy pole-shaped crepes often served with a runny egg or grated coconut. If you're fond of snacks, kotu roti is the Sri Lankan fast food version. Chopped roti stir-fried with vegetables, eggs, and meat, creating an enticing sizzling sound on the hot tawa. And for seafood lovers, spicy Jaffna crab will surely be a revelation. Fresh crab smothered in a spicy and creamy coconut sauce. Most importantly, don't forget to savor Ceylon tea, the world's most renowned black tea, known for its delicate aroma that has even impressed the Queen of England. Sri Lanka is not just a travel paradise but also a culinary haven that promises unforgettable experiences. Furthermore, Sri Lanka is celebrated for hosting some of the most vibrant festivals in South Asia. Among the grandest is the Asala Perahera, which takes place in July or August in the city of Kandy. The highlight of this festival features beautifully adorned elephants dancing to traditional drumming, while dancers, sword bearers, and monks parade the sacred tooth relic of Buddha through the bustling streets. If you appreciate celebrating the New Year in a unique manner, the Sri Lankan New Year, Alu Thavurudu, in April is an event you simply cannot miss. It's not just a time for families to come together, but also a time to savor traditional dishes like kokis, fried rice cakes, and kira bath, which is rice cooked in coconut milk. When you visit Sri Lanka, make sure you don't miss out on the Deepavali festival. During this festival, thousands of homes are lit up with shimmering oil lamps, symbolizing the triumph of light over darkness. Sri Lanka is not only beautiful in terms of nature, but it's also rich in culture and spirituality, offering mystical, unique, and vibrant festivals like nowhere else. You will feel completely at ease in Sri Lanka as it is considered one of the safest countries in the world. With a low crime rate, a stringent legal system, and, most importantly, the warmth and hospitality of the people, visitors always feel welcomed. Whether you are strolling on pristine beaches or navigating bustling markets, a sense of safety is always around you. Surveillance cameras are extensively installed in major cities, and tourist police are always ready to help. Not only is it safe, but Sri Lanka also has one of the best education systems in South Asia. The literacy rate exceeds 19.2%, which is significantly higher than that of neighboring countries. Notably, Sri Lanka has a free education system from primary to university, ensuring that every child gets the opportunity to learn. The University of Colombo and the University of Peradeniya are among the most esteemed institutions, attracting students from across the globe. Furthermore, Sri Lanka has made significant strides in healthcare. The nation offers free healthcare services to all its citizens and proudly has the highest average life expectancy in South Asia, which is about 77 years. Many hospitals adhere to international standards, with doctors having training from the UK and the US. Notably, Sri Lanka was the first country in the world to successfully eradicate malaria in 2016, as acknowledged by the WHO. However, what truly distinguishes Sri Lanka is its traditional Ayurveda medicine, one of the oldest and most comprehensive healing systems globally. Sri Lankan Ayurveda has been practiced and refined for over 5,000 years, focusing on balancing the body through herbs, diet, and natural therapies. Before the advent of Western medicine in the 19th century, Ayurveda was the sole healing practice in the country. So, if you are looking for a place that offers both advanced medical care and natural healing methods, Sri Lanka is the perfect choice. Don't assume it's only about established healthcare. Sri Lanka is also making strides in the technology sector. The country is often referred to as the Silicon Valley of South Asia, with a rapidly expanding IT industry. Major companies like Virtusa and Millennium IT have put Sri Lanka on the global tech landscape. The government also aims to establish itself as a leading digital economy in the region by 2030. At this juncture, you may be considering planning a trip or your retirement in Sri Lanka. Remember to prepare your documents and visa requirements for your journey to Sri Lanka. As of October 1, 2024, Sri Lanka has launched a 6-month pilot program providing free 30-day tourist visas to travelers from 35 countries, including the United States. This initiative, which is valid until April 2025, is aimed at enhancing tourism by eliminating the usual $50 visa fee. For those considering a longer stay, such as for retirement, Sri Lanka presents the My Dream Home program. Applicants aged 55 and above must deposit $15,000 in a local fixed deposit account and show a monthly remittance of $1,500 for themselves and $750 for each dependent. This visa can be renewed every 2 years, allowing retirees to relish the tropical allure of Sri Lanka. It is important to ensure that your passport is valid for at least 6 months beyond your intended stay. While the free tourist visa makes short visits easier, those planning to stay for a longer duration should prepare the necessary financial documentation and health insurance as per the retirement visa requirements. We've journeyed through living in Sri Lanka together. We hope you will accompany us on our upcoming adventures around the world. See you again.